How does Michigan go from having the biggest and the best regional water and wastewater system in the world, supplying Flint with some of the cleanest drinking water in the world, to poisoning an entire city with lead?
To save money, the city stopped pumping water from Detroit and started pumping it from the Flint River.
But the corrosive river water wasn't properly treated and stripped lead from pipes.
December of 2014, we had our first bout of brown water.
If you were pouring water into a cup for your child and it was rotten, would you give that to your child? No, you'd revolt.
For almost 2 years, we've been crying about this and, begging and asking for some clean water.
As of right now, there is no daily government-run water distribution of any kind for the roughly 100,000 people who live in Flint.
A city in the United States of America has been drinking and bathing in lead-contaminated water.
Regulation of municipal water supplies is not a program for which the local health departments have jurisdiction or expertise.
I cannot recall in my political life ever hearing such an outrage as to what I heard from the people in Flint.
It's not just about Flint. I am Flint. I am from Flint. You know what? You are too.
Today, President Obama declared Flint, Michigan, a disaster area.
And I know that if I was a parent up there, I would be beside myself that my kid's health could be at risk.
My name is Elise Conklin, and I'm the director of the upcoming film From Flint.
And I'm Liv Larson, and I'm the producer.
This is where we're going to need your help. When it comes to distribution and funding, we're relatively limited. Any contribution that you can give would help incredibly. So the thing about this film is that it's not just happening in Flint. There are stories that are coming out of cities all over the United States where you hear about their water, you hear about hard metals, the infrastructure is crumbling, and people need to understand that Flint has to be the end. It has to be a warning, and it has to stop there. So in order to distribute this film, get it to film festivals, get it on PBS stations all across the nation, we really need your help.
Some of the other things that you can help us with is travel expenses. We'd like to continue going to Flint and continue documenting these stories, and we'd also like to expand the project as well. We'd like to continue following this ongoing crisis and to see what happens with it and to see what happens to the people involved in this as well. Our documentary goes inside of the city and uncovers these stories just firsthand. We go into the citizens' homes and we hear their experiences from their perspective, not from the government standpoint or from anybody else's standpoint, but from Flint and from the residents of Flint.
We actually have 3 other members of our crew who are incredible. We have Lauren, our editor, Isaac, our director of photography, and Jenna, who's our gaffer and little problem solver. She's incredible. And I couldn't be happier with the team that we have. And the things that we're getting and the stories that we're discovering are really incredible, and they need to be distributed, and people need to hear about them, but it would not be able to be happening without our team.
Not only is our crew amazing, but the people in our documentary are amazing as well. And that's the thing about documentaries. They're not characters, they're not actors, they're real people with real stories. And the fact that the people in this documentary have allowed our crew to come into their homes and into their lives during this crisis has been such a humbling experience, and we'd like to share that with everybody, and just everyone should get to know the people in our documentary and their stories.
They're some of the strongest people, some of the most amazing people that I've ever met in my life. They will walk up to them and we'll be asking about them, we'll help deliver water, and they'll ask us, wait, can you check on my neighbor? Her husband died and I'm not sure if she's been having water. We haven't seen her that much. Can you just check on her and make sure that she's okay? And it's just to take a step back and really think about the hardship that these people have and the reputation that they have to combat. It's really amazing and just completely inspiring to see how they come together as a community.